Hello everybody, Uniquely Lady Charlotte again. So I'm going to be talking kind of low because I'm in the airport, as you see. So I didn't have any problems getting into the airport.
Also, ladies and gentlemen that are traveling on Flight 854 with service to Memphis, if you take a look at your boarding pass, if it says Zone 2 or Zone 3, it will say carry-on no because you did not purchase a carry-on bag. In those two zones, you are only allowed to have the one small personal item that fits completely underneath the seat in front of you. Nothing oversized and nothing in the overhead bin space. Ladies, your purse is your personal item no matter how big or how small it is. So if you're traveling with a purse and another purse, a purse and a bag, a purse on your shoulder with a backpack, or a purse and a computer bag, please consolidate it into one, or you will be assessed an additional carry-on fee here at the gate.
That carry-on fee
here at the gate is $50. So please, when those two zones are called, have your items combined before you approach the boarding podium to avoid any delays in the boarding process.
She's not playing. Her name Candy. Candy ain't playing. So anyway, all right, so I was telling you guys that I walked down from the store, well, the restaurant, down the street to the bus stop because they had a bench and I could sit at the bench. So I'm sitting there, which is right across in the back of the gas station with the Subway inside of it. And, I'm sitting at the bus stop and I had my feet down on the ground. There's lots of spit and hulk, that spit all over the bus stop. So I got to strategically place my feet in a part that won't get that on my shoes. All right, so then I just figure I'm just going to put my feet up on the bench. So now I'm sitting in the bench and I'm chilling. I got I'm taking up both seats because I'm sitting long ways across the bench. You turn your body this way. And I'm talking on the phone to Holly Scotty. So, people walking up and down the street. There's a bus like every 10 minutes, I think, on that street I was on the main road. There's a bus every 10 minutes, so I watched the bus go down. That bus would, go down, turn around, and come back. People would get off. I'd wave the bus on, because I ain't riding the bus. I'm just sitting in the bus stop waiting on my chicken. So every few moments, I go back up the street to the little yellow building where they sell the weave and the chicken. The weave, the food, and sodas and drinks and chips. It's because it's a convenience store, but it's a beauty supply store and also a restaurant. That's like a stripper daycare car wash type thing. Okay? So anything you need is right there. All right, so I make like 4 trips up there. I go up, I come back down the street, I walk back up the street to check on my stuff, I come back down the street, I walk back up the street, it wasn't ready, I come back down the street. Then I walk back up the street, and I noticed that the police came down the street and they went through the light and they parked at the hotel. So I'm like, oh, it's going down over at the hotel. That's what I was telling Holly Scotty. Something going down because he don't ran through the red light with his lights on. But they're sitting in the parking lot that's through the intersection facing me. I'm like, ooh. He said, yeah, baby, they're probably looking for somebody. I said, probably so. So I walk on back up to the store. Okay, my chicken's done. He said, but now I got to cook your fries. I need about 5 more minutes. I'm thinking, dang.
Attention Legion passengers traveling outbound with flight number 751 with service to Asheville. Right now I'm only taking my pre-boarding passengers. Pre-boarding is not priority. Pre-boarding are those in wheelchairs and those needing extra time or assistance to board or using any other assisting devices. Pre-boarding passengers for Asheville, welcome aboard.
All right, so I didn't go back down to the bus stop. So what I did was I just kind of hung out in front of the store. So I'm pacing back and forth in front of the store. You know how you're on the phone and you pacing back and forth. That's what I was doing because it's only going to be like 5 minutes before my fries get ready. So I'm like, all right, cool. So finally I go back inside. My fries are ready. I go up to the front counter. This is the funny part too. I go to the counter and they just serve beer in this store. So I had like $4. So I'm like, I don't want to drink a beer. I stopped drinking dinner wine temporarily. Well, I haven't had dinner wine in a long time, but I'm like, I know I didn't want a beer, but I did want a drink. So I'm like, guess I won't get nothing here. So I go up to the counter, but I noticed behind some stuff, in the little spinny container or the tower, you spin it around like you have earrings in it. He got little mini bottles. So I said, what's that? He say, it's something like liquor. I say, something like liquor? Really? He said, read it. So he gave it to me. It said 21% alcohol. So I'm like, something like liquor, but it's got 21% alcohol. I said, how much is it? He said, it's $2. I said, but it's not liquor. He said, no, it's not liquor. I said, but it's 21% alcohol. Is it aftershave lotion? He said, no, it's something like liquor, you drink it. I said, oh, give me 2 bottles. So I got the 2 bottles. So now I'm on my way back to my hotel, which is across the street, and it's starting to get dark. So it's across the street, around a bend, but I've been taking this path, like an extended parking lot from another hotel, and they got these gates all up, cordoned off. So I'm walking through there, but it's getting dark. So, but I noticed the police that went through the
And to
light.
continue with boarding for flight number 751 with service to Asheville, I would now like to invite my priority passengers as well as Allegiant World MasterCard holders. If you are a card holder, please show your card as you approach the boarding podium. And also my military passengers, that is active, retired, and reserve military
Thank you
personnel
for
here
your
to finish the
service,
board.
military
Please show your
passengers.
military ID as you approach the boarding podium. And on behalf of Allegiant, we thank you for your service. And as you are approaching the ramp, please wait for the very last wheelchair to come back down before boarding for your safety.
Okay, so now I'm walking back through the parking lot, with the gates. There's gates on both sides of me, and just kind of like a straight through a parking lot. And but I noticed the police officers that had gone through the light earlier, that were parked at the hotel, that was through the major intersection. Now they're sitting on the service road down in the cul-de-sac. Well, I'm cutting through this parking lot and talking on the phone to Hottie Scotty. I say, oh, the police are back. He say, really, what they doing? I said, they just sitting down in the curb, just sitting there. And the officer just poured his soda out the car. I said, they're not doing nothing. He said, they probably looking for somebody. I said, probably are. I said, well, at least they patrolling the area. I feel a lot safer. He said, yeah, that's good. He said, how far are you from the hotel? I said, well, I'm almost there. I'm just a few feet away from the hotel parking lot. So he was like, oh, okay. So we're talking, laughing. Then when I get in the hotel parking lot, the police officers, the officers, 2 of them, they come up in the parking lot from the bottom. They cruising real slow, and I'm walking, I'm looking at them. I said, baby, now they're in the parking lot. He said, I wonder what they're doing. I said, maybe they just patrolling the parking lot. Make sure ain't nobody laid down dead or something in the parking lot. I don't know. So I go up to the front desk because I want to know if there a way for me to get from building A, which is the part you register for the hotel, to building B, where I was staying, which is in the back of the hotel. Because I got tired of walking all the way around from building B outside, all the way around the hotel, come to the front. So I go inside, the police officer sitting in the parking lot. I go inside, I ask the lady, the clerk, can I get from here to my building, building B? And she was like, what's your room number? I say 156. I just want to know, can I get from here over to my building? She say, well, let me see, what's your name? I say, Kimberly Bell. She said, do you have ID? I said, no, I just walked from the store. I didn't take any ID. I just want to get back to my room, and I want to know, can I cut through this building? I said, but I have my company credit card in my hand. It's got my name on it. Would you like to see it? She said, no, what's your email address? So I gave her one email address. She said, that's not it. And I said, okay, well, because it looked like homegirl was not playing. She was not playing. So I had to run down like 4 or 5 email addresses because I couldn't remember which one I used to reserve the hotel when I got to the hotel that night because I was tired and stuff. So she said, okay, that's it. She said, no, not really. You have to walk. You have to walk back out these doors and walk all the way back around. I said, okay. So I go out the doors. I walk around, and I'm still talking on the phone. I'm walking around. But then I said, oh, the police just left. He said, oh, okay, that's good. I said, but why were they just sitting here the whole time? He said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. So when I got back around to building B, the police were pulling around the top of building B. So I said, there they go again. They just rode all around the hotel. And I said, they're going super slow like they're doing a drive-by. He said, well, just hurry up and get on in the building. So I said, yeah. So now I got my bag in my hand. I got my phone in my hand because I'm talking on it. And I'm trying to get my key card out my bra so I can get in the door. I'm trying to get in the door, I'm fumbling. The police stopped right behind me. Right down.
Next, I would like to invite my families traveling with car seats and strollers, as well as my exit row seat passengers for Asheville. If you are unsure
and
if
I'm
you're
trying
an
to get
exit
in the
row
room,
seat
they
passenger,
stopped right behind me. And they were just looking.
take a look at your
Finally, I
boarding
got
pass. Look
in,
next to
and when I
seat.
turned back and
If it
looked,
says
and they looked at
exit,
me,
then
and I
that
looked at them,
means
and then they went on down the
welcome
street.
aboard for Asheville. Exit row seat
Then it
passengers
didn't
and
dawn
families
on
traveling
me
with car seats and strollers.
that with me sitting in the bus stop and walking back and forth on the main street, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and hanging out in front of the store, that they thought I was a prostitute. And they followed me over to the hotel. Then when I couldn't walk around the building, they went on the top of the building to cut me off at the path so they could see where I was going because they thought I was hooked. I told my boss about it. All he did was laugh. Because it looked like
Please remember,
I was
my
trying to
Asheville
work.
passengers, I do not board
Anyway,
in numerical
I'ma go.
order. So the first and
Now I
only
gotta
zone
get my
I'm
head
going to
together,
call
tell
is
y'all
Zone
the other
4.
story.
Zone 4 passengers for Asheville, welcome aboard.
So now I got to get myself together and tell y'all the other story about how it went down at the subway. I'm going to need a quiet spot to tell y'all about that one because that was hilarious. It's hilarious now. It wasn't hilarious at the time because I was just wanting to yell stranger danger, stranger danger.
Zones 4 and 5
All right, bye.
for Asheville.